ये आदमी एक ही है जो कि थ्रिलर में मैजिक ला सकते हैं। संजय सर, प्लीज टेल अस, आपको लोगों को डराना भगाना कितना पसंद है?
सच बोलना।
फिल्में होती हैं वो मैं हूँ नहीं, completely the opposite, and but I enjoy these
We
films.
don't see you in so many years, and now like there are multiple releases coming. What is happening? How does it feel?
I'm extremely grateful. Starting with Sanjay, he was the first producer to sign me. Subsequently, I've got a chance to work with Mr. Sanjay G and
Yeah.
of course Mudassar Aziz, who I've worked with before. So it feels very, very good when people still have faith and they think you have something left in you to contribute. Because 12 years is a long gap.
People are seeing the trailer and whoever has seen the film and, oh, Ritesh is doing that. Oh, Fardeen is this. Crystal is, like this. Oh, Priya. Wow. So I think that comes when you have a big man like Mr. Sanjay Gupta there with you. So I think that really put the entire film together for me.
After Munna Bhai, this is my first Hindi film.
Oh, wow.
And I'm so grateful to this entire team for giving me this opportunity to be in the mainstream Hindi cinema.
Hi, my name is Kookie G.
Hi, I'm Priya Bapat,
Fardeen Khan.
I'm Sanjay Gupta.
and you're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.
We are ready for the biggest explosion on OTT. Visfot aa rahi hai on OTT, yani ki on Jio Cinemas, and I have the team with me. Hello everyone.
Hello.
So good to see all of y'all, such wonderful faces, a team that comes together to create magic in thriller. My God. ये आदमी एक ही है जो कि थ्रिलर में मैजिक ला सकते हैं। संजय सर, प्लीज टेल अस, आपको लोगों को डराना भगाना कितना पसंद है?
नहीं, वो तो बिल्कुल
सच बोलना।
तो फर्स्ट ऑफ जो फिल्में होती हैं वो मैं हूँ नहीं, completely the opposite, and but I enjoy these films. ये फिल्मों में crime, conflict, action, thrills, just I like that genre, so to
Yeah.
speak. बाकी
this
सब
is-
कुकी का काम है.
So this is a parallel universe that you like creating.
Not really, but it's kind of, you see, the last few films I did were mostly period films.
Yeah.
I had to show Bombay of the 80s
Right.
and all of that. So when this opportunity came and we got the script, and then when Kookie came in, we were very happy that it's Bombay today, and especially the way he's gone and shot it, because he's shown you two different worlds that coexist. In our own very city, there's a very cold chrome and glass,
Yeah.
high tower buildings and all of that, and then that's offset against a very warm and rooted Dongri. And how these worlds collide.
How lovely. Kookie Gulati, it's so nice to see you in this avatar. जैसे इन्होंने कहा कि पीरियड सिनेमा इन्होंने किया, इससे पहले आपका भी जो प्रोजेक्ट था वो माना जाए तो हम it wasn't off today, like it was off a certain year as well. Especially ये film जो है वो OTT पर आती है. So is there some kind of a technique that has to be created as a director to shoot it for OTT platform?
I don't look at it like that.
Okay.
For me, script is what demands what it needs. I think certain scripts you could define maybe in a OTT world or space, but I personally don't look at it. For me, a film is a film. A release platform is decided by the producer. So for me, I make what the script I've got. I try to do the best in the best form possible. Of course, there are certain films that now we know in recent times that theatrical, there are certain kinds of films that people are going for. They want a certain amount of entertainment within a film and stuff like that. I don't think every script can accommodate that. But therefore, we have the OTT to let us tell all kinds of stories. So I think that this film particularly was always envisaged by Sanjay sir as an OTT release. So when we all came on board, we knew it was going to be an OTT film.
फिल्में जब OTT पर आती है, I'm sure a lot of y'all would agree that टीवी के सामने देखते देखते we have this habit of multitasking. A lot of people also play games while they're watching something. With the trailer, you all are making sure कि ये सब नहीं होने वाला है.
Definitely.
The trailer in itself had so many things happening.
No, that's the worst thing that I have heard since I've become a filmmaker, or ever since, is ambient viewing. It cannot be something more
Yeah.
dangerous than that. That it's in the वो picture चल रही है
हाँ.
और आप अपना कुछ कर रहे हो या खा पी रहे हो, ये है वो है, so that term, this ambient viewing, is horrifying. It's scary, and one thing definitely Visfot won't be is that, that's Cookie's craft, that's his pacing of the film, so yeah, very sure of that.
And there's another reason why we would be attached to the screen is because of this man here. This man here. We
What did
don't
I
see you
do?
in so many years, and now like there are multiple releases coming. What is happening? How does it feel?
Oh, as you can imagine, it feels great. I am extremely grateful. Starting with Sanjay, he was the first producer to sign me when I came back. I came back really to a whole new landscape, to a very changed industry, to a new audience. And this man here had his faith, belief. He saw me, he saw my change, and he offered me the film. I just went to meet him to ask for work.
Oh.
And he offered me a film right there and there, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest. For his faith and belief in me, I'm extremely grateful, and that's, subsequently I've got a chance to work with Mr. Sanjay G and of course Mudassar Aziz, who I've worked with before. So it feels very, very good that, when people still have faith and they think you have something left in you to contribute. Because 12 years is a long gap, and it's a fickle place. So I'm just just extremely grateful.
Fardeen, can you tell us what made you make that call? Because
Which call?
To Sanjay sir, to
Oh,
all the people who you were getting in touch with in terms of work. Because at what point did you feel that okay, अब ये जो sabbatical है, इसको आगे बढ़ते हुए अब काम की ओर बढ़ते हैं? What was that one thought that came to your mind?
Purpose and meaning. It's something it's my career. It's something what I know best, what I do best. It's something what I love. It's my passion. I definitely regret having taken a break for so long. And when I came back, I just came back with a mindset of a newcomer. I knew I had to start from scratch because it's a young man's game essentially. The audiences are different. Just the way stories are being told are different. So I just did all the rounds. I started off, I met Mr. Mukesh Chabra, the casting director. I went to him first. I met Sanjay, I met Ramesh Taurani, I met all the people, Supan Verma, all the people I've worked. I think I spoke with Cookie also. And, I just said I'm here to work. And firstly, people I think had a perception that I moved out of the country, which was right. I was away. So they wasn't sure whether ये अभी यहाँ रहने वाला है या ये वापस फिर से निकल जाएगा. So it's taken time. People now of course know that I'm here to stay, here to work.
Are you seeing a change in the kind of roles being offered to you now?
Sure. I mean, you've seen. With Hira Mandi, of course, it was a period drama, something I've not done before. Khel Khel Mein again was a very contemporary urban piece. I mean, I haven't done something like that with that depth, and of course with what the character represented and the relevance. And of course, with Visfot, full credit to Sanjay for envisioning me in this role, and that was Cookie's hesitation as well as my hesitation. But Sanjay was convinced, because when I read the script, I was said, Sanjay, you sure you want me to? You see me in this role? Don't you think Ritesh should be in this role and I should be in the other one? He said no. He says that's exactly what's going to work. And even Cookie had the same hesitation because it's a very authentic film. It demands authenticity. So I had to, really work on the body language, on my dialect. I had to look and sound like I belong to this world from Dongri. And, whoever's seen the film, we've got positive feedback. No one said that, hey, you don't look like you belong from that world. So we put in a lot of work. Cookie was very clear the way he saw it. And of course, I worked with Prabhat Ranganathan, who helped me with prep and dialect, and so I had the comfort of having worked with people before. Sanjay, of course, Cookie I've done a few ads with before, and I know him from my Provoke days. So they were all very Fida, what?
I was the associate director.
Yeah, sorry,
Fida.
how did that slip us? Sorry, Cooks.
I was
Sorry,
the associate
yes.
director of Fida.
So I had, I had the luxury of, being comfortable with people, who knew me and I knew them, and there was trust and respect. So that was, I was very, very fortunate to have that.
That's amazing.
And it gave me that comfort to, make my mistakes and, not worry about it. And because I knew they had my back. So I count my blessings.
It definitely felt like coming home, right?
Oh yes. I mean, we were just talking about our experience on Acid Factory, and of course, sorry, Cookie, I forgot Fida. Sorry. Yeah. So yes, no, for sure, we've had. I mean, Fida was a crazy experience making it, and Acid Factory was crazier. So it was yes. I was with a home team, so
That's
to speak.
wonderful.
So it was. I was very lucky to have that. Yeah.
So glad to have seen you once again. And Priya, the one thing that people always say that she is a woman who's so relatable. But with the kind of roles that Priya you're choosing, that are being approached to you, बहुत खुशी हो रही है ये देखकर that you're also showing not just the girl next door but also power with your OTT show that everybody loves where you play चीफ मिनिस्टर. और इसमें भी हम आपको देख रहे हैं कुछ अलग करते हुए. आई यू लाइकिंग दैट वो टैग हट रहा है धीरे धीरे कि यार ये वो सिर्फ गर्ल नेक्स्ट डोर नहीं है, अब ये तो पावरफुल लड़की है.
I think the time is changing and women are changing. So I think the way we narrate women characters in the film is also changing. And I think I'm very, very lucky to have offered these parts where I could play powerful women characters. I wouldn't say powerful because I think they're more stronger. They have a say and they have their opinion.
Yeah.
And even in Visfot, even if she is, I mean, you see her going with some other boy, but she has a reason. She stands for that. And I think that I have to give it to Cookie sir because he made those changes in the script and he stood by it and he said that my characters won't look like just a woman character in the film.
Yeah.
So I think that is very important. The time is changing, the storytelling is changing. So I'm very happy that I'm being offered these parts. Also, great thank you, and I'm really grateful to Sanjay sir because he watched City of Dreams and that's how I'm in the film. So I think if he wouldn't have liked me in that show, I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that show. I've seen all the seasons and everything. And the very first time I saw it, I was very clear in my head. I said, the next film I make, she has to be in it.
Wow.
So the minute this character came up, this was the first one we approached, and I said, this is what you're doing. And also what she has brought to it.
Yeah.
So she and Cookie, when they worked, it's not an adulterous wife. It is not that. It is not. She is seeing somebody apart from her husband, which is completely wrong from every aspect. But yet, you do not feel that what she's doing is wrong. So that is something which how they managed to do this.
So there are layers to the character.
Amongst-
for
A lot.
sure. Very,
Amongst
very
my
important.
favorite scenes are hers in the film, and she's just done an absolutely marvelous job with this.
You said
Thank
you've been
you.
offered to her
Yes,
that
yes.
she's been offered these roles
Yeah.
because she's a powerhouse of talent.
She is.
I think she can do anything, man.
मतलब किसे पता था कि मुन्ना भाई MBBS की वो एक
I know, I was
लड़की
just
जो
gonna
मुन्ना जाओ इतना ही डायलॉग
You know,
बोलती
you
है.
can't- You can't
अब-
take your eyes off her when she's on screen. She's
I
extremely,
was just going to come to
extremely
that because after Munna Bhai, this is my first Hindi film.
Oh, wow.
And I'm so grateful to this entire team for giving me this opportunity to be in the mainstream Hindi cinema.
In between, were there roles offered to you that you plainly rejected because you didn't feel that it related to you?
No, I think I was too busy doing Marathi films and I was too busy. I never focused, I never looked at my career that way after doing Munna Bhai. And then after City of Dreams, I think everything changed. And even I took it very seriously.
वाह वाह, इलेक्शन काम आया.
Kursi kam aayi.
कुर्सी काम आई. Another person we are definitely missing is Ritesh Deshmukh.
Yes.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, Priya, please बताएं, how was it sharing screen space with a fellow Maharashtrian?
Oh, it was amazing. He's a delight to work with. He's so supportive. He's so professional, and the give and take. In the entire film, we are just fighting. There are few moments which are like I wouldn't say those are romantic or anything, but which has a different, because it's a story of one day. So you see everything happening in that one day. And Ritesh and I also said this to each other that बस हम एक दूसरे से झगड़ ही रहे. But I think that jhagda also has layers. It has different emotions and it has different reasons every time we fight on screen.
सोशल मीडिया पर तो बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया जा रहा है. आज ही मैंने देखा एक स्टोरी.
He's such a great co-actor. I mean, I love him as an actor for sure. I never got a chance to work with him in any of his Marathi films that he made, but he's a great actor. And I think Kookie sir's set is so disciplined that everyone comes on time, we finish work on time, we plan everything what we have to do, and every shot is planned. He knows what he is doing. He'll brief you before the scene and he'll come and tell you what needs to be changed. I think when you have such a disciplined set, it's much easier and peaceful to work.
Directors are also actors. We have to act that we know what we are doing, but that's a different thing.
Absolutely, so important.
He's a trained actor, by the way.
I remember that one day when the chip got corrupt and we had to reshoot that entire scene.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course.
Fardeen, so let me get this straight. And in the first film, you did अक्षय कुमार के साथ आप थे खेल खेल में. Now in this film, रितेश देशमुख के साथ.
Yes.
ये हे बेबी की जो टीम बन रही है. In the third film, is that baby also going to be part?
Well, we're going to be starting Houseful 5 next
Oh,
month,
nice.
so three of us are going to be united, but without the baby. But yes, I mean, for me, it was such great recall, so nostalgic.
Yeah.
To work with Akshay separately and now with Ritesh. I mean, Ritesh is, I'm extremely close to him, and I love him as a human being. And in this film, the authenticity and the intensity and the honesty with which he's portrayed his role. It's so wonderful to see him, because I mean he's more known for his comedy and lighter roles, but this film, he's really projected himself, played this character with real depth and honesty, and I love his performance in this film.
So what is it
I
like
just
working
regret not having a single scene with Fardeen.
part 2?
अभी तो
आजकल
शुरू
part
हुआ
2
है,
बन रहे
कुछ तो
हैं.
होगा.
फिर part 2 बन जाएंगे ना. Part 2 बन जाते हैं आजकल. ये important होता है. So Fardeen, tell us, what is it like working on sets with a friend? जैसे रितेश के साथ, like how much of मस्ती happens and how much of shoot happens?
In the process, I think between actors having that trust and that comfort to make mistakes, to feel ashamed, to fail, is really, really important. Not feel judged, and you rely on them, because we work off each other, and we are very vulnerable to each other, and we're vulnerable. When you literally open your soul, and you're there metaphorically, you're naked. When you're acting, because you're emoting and you're digging from within yourself. So in my experience over the years, in most situations it has helped. Sometimes there's a role where you do not like someone in character, and then I have noticed this about myself. I'd keep a little distance, just to be focused and to just shut off the friendship aspect of it. But having said that, we're not here to make friends. If we become friends in the process, I mean, which we generally do, it is fantastic. But once you're on set, that professional respect and courtesy and trust is all assumed. You give it, you get it, and you work with each other, and it's like building any relationship, and more so with this, because when we act, you feel vulnerable, no matter what.
Kookie sir, since the film was showcased as एक दिन में बनी थी, लेकिन shoot करने के लिए कितना वक्त लगा, and can you share with us the most challenging scene according to you when you look back?
It took about 30-35 days to film this, but of course over a period of 3 or 4 months, 5 months, maybe a little more, because all the worlds were different. I mean, in terms of, there are 2 worlds that we had to create.
We were shooting during COVID.
Yes,
Oh.
just after COVID. So
I was just
very
looking at all the
challenging.
BTS, and all of us had masks.
Yeah.
All of them did.
Yeah, and we had to shoot on the streets of Mumbai and stuff like that. And obviously, Sanjay sir, being the champion of Bombay, Mumbai movies, thankfully, a lot came from him, and the support came from him, because I wanted few ridiculous things because to make it as authentic as possible, and we tried our best. And of course, you need a producer like Sanjay Gupta to back that.
Yeah.
And there was a point where we had gone, over on certain things and whatever, and I knew that we were coming close to the climax. And now I'm sitting with the production and thinking, okay, we'll have to control that. And there walks Mr. Sanjay Gupta. Kookie, make it bigger, make it good. What are you doing? Let's go here, let's go there. He's gone and done recce and this and that and all the energy, and he brought the entire energy back. Yeah, so I think that was amazing. But the challenge obviously is shooting live locations in Mumbai is always ridiculously tough job. We've shot in Dongri, we've shot on the roads on the street, we've shot in, a lot of places. So I think that was a big challenge. But other than that, I guess, other than that, the bigger challenge. So Sanjay Gupta sir was the first big producer director to call me once Big Bull released. And he had told me that I'll work with you. I liked your work. So it was a huge thing for me then. And then he called me in and he narrated Visfot to me. And then he obviously said, but Ritesh will be in this role and Fardeen in this role. And then there's Priya. And I said, so there is nobody who's cast as per what they, it should be. Yeah. So he said, yes, that's what it is. You're the director now. You go. So I think that was initially a little daunting for me. But I think once we got into it and we realized that, the thought process that he had of switching people, pushing them to the limits in what they can do, that then became my asset. And that's what you'll see in the film. People are seeing the trailer and whoever's seen the film and, oh, Ritesh is doing that. Oh, Fardeen is this. Crystal is, like this. Ah, Priya, wow. So I think that comes when you have a big man like Mr. Sanjay Gupta there with you. So I think that really put the entire film together for us. So I had him, if I have any issue, he was there.
Even, working with Seema Biswas was a huge honor. Been such a fan of ours. Shiba Chadda and Nishiket, who's making his debut. Nachiket, yeah. Nachiket. No. Who's making his debut. It was a wonderful team of people that.
Say this because these are good times right now. We are also appreciating talents who are not just leading films but also showcasing even the smallest role possible. Sanjay sir, would you agree?
See, the unique thing about this film, which is very different from all my films, they're all male-centric and male-driven, and I hardly have any. And here I've got 5, literally 5 firebrand actresses. So, that's something I'm personally very happy about, to have all these names, and they've all just shined. Just wonderful.
When are we going to see a film with Sanjay Dutt and you?
We're all waiting. Yeah.
ज़्यादा ही वक्त हो गया है. फरदीन खान भी वापस आ गए हैं. अब आप भी कुछ
सब मिलके करेंगे अभी.
And Fardeen, quite recently you mentioned 19 years of no entry. Yeah. Please, can you quickly tell us क्या यादें जुड़ी हैं with this fantastic, funny film?
As an actor, it was my first attempt at all-out comedy where I had to play a little silly, funny, goofy kind of a character who's very vulnerable and very naive. So it's something that was very different from the way I saw myself. So it really freed me up because I had to really let go. And again, I was a bit hesitant doing that. It was Boney Kapoor's belief, and because he saw me doing a couple of scenes in Khushi, and he said, Fardeen, you're right for this role and do it. And I said, are you real? Because it was a remake of Charlie Chaplin, and my role was played by Prabhu Deva. So, of course, I interpreted it quite differently. And then again, Boney put a great team together, starting with Anis Bazmi. He's the king of that genre. His writing and his humor, and, even it's just very, very, there's a lot you can do with the way he writes and then the lines he gives you. Yes.
Like,
Yes, and blood group. So yeah, so I mean, a lot of the scenes, we couldn't keep a straight face while doing them. So I mean, you have actors like Anil Kapoor, I mean Salman Khan also just killed that role, and it all came together well. And but at the end of the day, I mean, and all the ladies also did their part and they really, really enjoyed what they did. And it was one of those films which it doesn't happen very often, because I think the comedic genre is the hardest to do, from an acting point of view, even from a writing point of view, because you can't force the audience to laugh. Laughing is a spontaneous reaction, and when that happens, it doesn't happen all the time. But when it happens like it did in No Entry, it's very rare, and I cherish it, cherish every memory of it. It's a great learning experience for me, to be honest.
Are there talks about No Entry 2?
I think it's been announced. We're not in it. It's got a whole new star cast, so damn it.
किसको phone लगाना है बताइए.
Bonnie Kapoor.
Hi, my name is Kookie Gulati.
Hi, I'm Priya Bapat.
Fardeen Khan.
I'm Sanjay Gupta.
And you're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.